And she said, okay. So I designed it looks like a roller coaster seat. I made two of them. So we're right beside each other. And so they videoed us at our party, and I put it on TikTok, and it went viral. I've had about 32 million views of that one video. We were on Good Morning America, the Today Show, Weather Channel. Every time I turned around that day, I was getting texts and people calling me. It's like, I just saw you on TV. I'm like,
Hi, I'm Carla Higgins, and this is the Double Duty Agent Podcast. I am so glad you're here. Each week, we get together and we explore the stories of successful double duty real estate agents. And from their stories, you can find the solutions to overcoming your challenges and the keys to unlocking your success. Are you ready? Let's get started. Welcome. It's Carla Higgins, and this is the Double Duty Agent Podcast. I am so excited that you're here today. You know, I'm always excited. So excited that you're here today because I have a very special guest, Miss Laurie Gayton. She is in Atlanta, and she is a double duty agent, and her productivity coach, who you heard from last week, told me that she has absolutely been killing it, and we are going to find out all the things that she does. She's going to spill the beans. She's going to give you all the secrets to her success so that you can implement them in your business as well. So Laurie, thank you so much for joining me today.
thank you so much for having me. I've been excited about this.
I can't wait to hear your story from you because I heard a little bit of it. So why don't we start right there? Why don't you tell me how you decided to get into real estate, and let's just jump in there.
Okay. I actually was born and raised in a real estate family. My dad was a broker, builder, developer. My mom had her license. My sister, who's also in her office, she got hers. And then my sister-in-law has hers. And so a long time ago, before I do hair, I'm a hairstylist. I've done hair for 34 years.
Okay.
And before I ever decided to do to do hair, I asked my dad. I said, Dad, I think I know what I want to do. And he said, what's that? I said, I want to do real estate. And he said, no, it's a roller coaster ride, Laurie. And when it's good, it's good. And when it's bad, it's bad. And I thought, okay, well, I guess not. So I went to hair school, and I've done hair for 34 years. Absolutely love it. I love my clients. They become family. But after 34 years, it's time to get off my feet. So
I've heard that before. We had Jennifer DeLong on not that long ago, and she also is in that same business. And I understand that standing all the time has impact on your body in and of
yes,
itself. Yeah.
yes,
I love that though. So real estate's in your DNA and in your blood.
yes.
And I love that you mentioned the roller coaster. We'll talk about that in a little bit because that's so fun. That's so
Yes.
fun. All right. So you decided you're going to get your real estate license after 34 years. How long had you been thinking about it before you jumped in?
Actually, like about 5 years ago, I really wanted to do it, and then COVID hit, so I had to move my salon business. I actually did it to my house, and once I was there at the house, I started trying to do it online, and then I realized I'm too busy with my clients trying to catch them up and everything to do it online. So that's when I chose to just mark my book off and go to school. So
Mark your book off. I love
yeah,
that. We're going to talk about that too, because I know that's a strong skill for you. So we're going to talk
yes.
about that. All right. So you make it through COVID, you make it through class.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even tell my family I was going to real estate school.
Well,
And
that way
so,
they would walk you out of it, right?
yes. And I wanted to surprise them. I was actually going to wait until I got my license, but I was too excited once I passed the school class. So that's what I told them.
I love it. All right. So you passed your class and you got your license. You said like 2.5 years ago.
Yes.
2.5 years ago.
March
Okay.
22. Yes.
March of 22. Okay. So you are double duty. So that means that now you're doing both.
Yes.
You have your salon business. Now, have you moved back into the salon or are you still at home?
Yes. I'm in a salon now.
You're back in the salon. Okay.
Yes.
So you've got that business and
Mhm.
you're going to build and grow a real estate business.
Yes.
How'd that work out? Tell me how
Well,
it started.
well, all my clients were so excited for me and happy for me and said, "Oh, you're going to be great at this, but you're still going to do my hair, aren't you?"
Of
So they're very
course.
supportive, but then again, at the same time, you know. But this past year I did mark my days down to 2.5 days. So
Oh,
doing my success last year allowed me to cut my days down some.
well, tell us about your success. So your first full year in real estate, how'd that
Mhm.
go?
Well, I capped, so I was excited about that. Um,
All right. Oh, but
yes,
hang tight just for a minute, Laura, because we may have listeners that aren't at Keller Williams and they don't know
okay,
what that means. So we're going to tell them what that means. What that means is there is a certain amount. When you're at a brokerage, you pay a percentage of every one of your transactions. You pay a percentage of that to your managing broker and your brokerage for all of the wonderful things that you get from them. At Keller Williams, the special thing is at a certain level, we don't have to pay it anymore for the rest of the year. So when we cap, that means we get to keep 100% of the commissions. That's very
yes.
exciting. So you capped in your first year. What else happened in your first year?
I started actually learning real estate. And that was the one thing at first I thought, okay, I feel like I'm playing at this. And then throughout the first year, I started realizing I'm really successful. I'm really doing real estate. My clients are coming, I'm having people come to me instead of me having to go find them.
Who chase them? So let me get this straight. This means that you didn't wait till you had it all figured out before you got started, huh?
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So often agents feel like they have to figure it all out. They have to know all the answers
Hmm.
until they get started. And Lori, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I feel like if you waited until you knew it all, you'd never get started.
I totally agree.
Because I sometimes I go to my managing broker who's been doing this for 20 plus years and I ask them a question and they have to go to the attorney because they don't even know it all. So
Right.
I
And
love
that's what
that.
I love about our Keller Williams office. We are blessed with great brokers. Angie Meza Smith actually has a background in law. So that really
Oh
helps. They're
yeah.
readily accessible. And I could have never done this without my team. And
Isn't that oh, I love that. Yeah, it's who you surround yourself with.
right, you always level up to who you are around. So I look out, I search for people that I look up to, that I want to be like, and I question them. Give me ideas. How did you do it? What did you do? And so that's helped me a lot. And actually having my sister, who is actually very successful in our office, she's a phone call away, which really helps a lot too. She wants me to succeed as well.
I
Um,
love that.
and
And that's a
also,
big thing at Keller Williams,
oh
right? Like
yes,
we agents help agents all the time and I think a lot of I've never been to another brokerage, so I don't know for sure, but I've heard stories about this. This is mine and I don't want to tell you what I did cuz then you might use it and take my clients away. And there's an abundance of people out there that need our help. We don't have to feel that way.
right. I think if you help people, it will always come back to you.
That's
Being in the salon, we would always help each other out. If you had a color question or okay, my client's got this, what should I use? We always helped each other out, and we loved seeing them succeed. And I brought that into my real estate business as well.
I love that. Okay, so first year we cap, we are doing really well and then what happens? What's the second year look like?
Um, so this past year has been really, that was actually from January to December was my very first full year, and that's when I capped and everything's going great. And then like I said, this year I was able to lower my days. This year, like I said, I've had clients calling me, so I'm not having to, because my time is limited, and I'm sure everybody else out there feels this. That's the biggest issue I feel with being a dual agent or double duty agent, because it's not, like you say, always careers. There's other life situations that tug us. And I think that's the hardest part, is trying to find the time, where a lot of the classes are during the day. So I've taken it on myself to take that time in the
Yeah.
evenings or early morning to study and learn. A lot of our meetings and classes are recorded, and I've been able to go back and rewatch those that I missed because I was at the salon.
Yeah.
Um, I have a captive audience at the salon, so that helps with my lead gen because once you get their hair wet or color on, they're not going anywhere for a
No,
while.
no, no. Well, and I love that because you actually get to lead generate and get paid at the same time,
Exactly.
which is unique for real estate agents. And I think that is an advantage. Oftentimes, double duty agents talk to me about the disadvantages of being double duty. And
Mhm.
I think one of the advantages of being double duty is you have a whole set of sphere, whether that's your coworkers
Yes.
or your clientele if you have clients
Right.
that become an opportunity for you. And even Jeffrey told us last week, when he was working in the retail industry,
Mhm.
some of his first transactions were his coworkers. So
Yes.
we get that little bit of extra boost from the sphere. And obviously at a salon, 34 years, you know them, you know their
Yeah.
family, you're part of their family.
Watched them,
So
yeah, go through weddings, babies, divorces, deaths. And when you touch people in the industry I'm in, they trust you because so that has really helped me a lot. I've had 4 transactions actually from 2 clients. I helped both of them sell their existing home and purchase a new
and
home.
buy new homes. And it's so rewarding, isn't it?
Yes.
It's so
And
rewarding.
I will say that um, at first, one of the very first things I did as an agent is hire a transaction coordinator or
Leverage.
assistant because I could not do what I do without my her name's Angie. She's a friend of mine.
Mhm.
I could not do what I do without Angie. She's the one that's connecting the lawyers, the closing attorneys, the loans, the investor, the loan officers, and my clients, and setting everything up and keeping me in check. And I know people, oh, but I can't afford it. But my thing is, I couldn't afford not to.
Not to. Yeah. Here's the thing, that transaction coordination, that contract to close piece,
Yes.
that is not actually the dollar productive activities. Now it has to be done to produce the dollar, but it's
Right.
not the immediate cause of the dollar producing activity. And I
Mhm.
know, let's talk a little bit about the roller coaster for a minute. So,
Okay.
can you tell me about your TikTok viral story?
Yes. Okay. So, in our office, we have a Halloween costume each year. My first year, since my sister was so successful, I dressed up like her. And I walked in and she couldn't believe it. So the next year I said, okay, and I won. So next year I thought, okay, how am I going to win again this year? So I called my sister. I said, I've got us the perfect costume. And I said, but you have to do it with me. And she said, okay. I said, I'll make it, but you have to do it with me. And she said, okay. So I designed it looks like a roller coaster seat. I made 2 of them, so we're right beside each other. And so they videoed us at our party, and I put it on TikTok, and it went viral. I've had about 32 million views of that one video. We were on Good Morning America, the Today Show, Weather Channel. Every time I turned around that day, I was getting texts and people calling me. It's like, I just saw you on TV. I'm like, so yeah, it went viral. That was exciting.
I love this for so many reasons, and I'm going to figure out how to put in the show notes the link, and
Oh
that we'll
yes,
just make it go viral again. That's okay,
yes.
right? We'll make it go viral again because it's so cute. When I watched it, I just absolutely giggled out loud and loved it. It's so fun, and whether you're a real estate agent or not, I think most people could relate. But the real estate roller coaster, it's actually two different rides, right? There's the ride that happens, the roller coaster of the market.
Yes.
And all we can do is shift, just like you do on a roller coaster, right? You
Right.
just move your body with whatever's happening and we just have to shift with it. But then there's the
Right.
second kind of roller coaster ride, and this is the one that we're in control of and we can avoid. That's the ride
Mhm.
we don't want to be on. And that's exactly what your transaction coordinator keeps from happening for you, because oftentimes we get a client and then we forget about all the things we're supposed to be doing, which
Yes.
is finding new clients. And we
Mhm.
put all of our time and energy